So we are going to learn today the properties of real numbers. So the first property that we're going to talk about, the commutative property of addition. So the commutative property of addition, it says that you can add any two real numbers in any order. For example, a plus b. The answer would be the same if you're going to add first b and a. Okay? So for example, 2 plus 3, which will give you an answer of 5. Or 2 plus 3, it will give you an answer the same, which is 5. So 10 plus 3 and 3 plus 10, you will have the same answer, which is 13. So then that is the commutative property under addition. And the next one, the commutative property under multiplication. So, which also says that you can multiply any two real numbers in any order. For example, a times b, the answer would be the same, or the product would be the same with the product of b times a. For example, 5 times 4, you will have an answer of 20, and 4 times 5, you will have an answer of 20 also. And lastly, for example, 3 times 9 and 9 times 3, you will have the same answer, which is 27. So that is the commutative property under addition and multiplication. Now the next property that we are going to discuss, it's almost the same with the commutative property. And this is what we call associative property. So associative property under addition, it also says that you can add any three real numbers in any order. For example, a plus b, then you will add c. And if you are, it's also the same, if you are going to add first b and c, then you will add a. For example, if you have it here, 2 plus 3, which will give us an answer of 5. And if you will add 5 with this one, and your answer would be 10. And if you have here, you're going to add first 3 plus 5, you will have an answer of 8. Then plus 2, your answer is also 10. Meaning, you will have the same answer even if you will add any three real numbers in any order. Last example under addition, 7 plus 1, which is 8, then plus 4, which will give you the answer of 12, or 1 plus 4, then add plus 7, your answer is also 12. Okay? So that is the associative property under addition. Now the associative property under multiplication, which also says that you can multiply any three real numbers in any order. We have it here, a times b, then times c. It's also equal. If you are going to multiply first b and c, then multiply it by a. So example, 2 times 3, which is 6, times 5, it will give you an answer of 30. And if you are going to multiply first 3 and 5, which will give you an answer of 15, then multiply it by 2, the answer is the same, which is 30. So last example here, 2 times 1, which will give you an answer of 2, and multiply it by 4, the answer is 8. And if you are going to multiply first 1 and 4, your answer is 4, and multiply it by 2, the answer is 8. So that is associative property under addition and multiplication. Next, the identity property of addition. So the identity property of addition, it says that any given number, you will just look for any number that you can add, that number given will remain unchanged. So look at the illustration. A plus 0 is equal to A, meaning the given number A never changes. So the identity property of addition, so 0 is the identity element wherein if you will add it in any number, that number that has been added by 0 will remain unchanged. That's somewhat complicated, but if you will look at the example, that is very easy. Example, 2 plus 0. So what would be the answer? It would always be 2, meaning the given number that has been added by 0, it never changes. It remains unchanged. Okay? For example, 1/2 or 1 over 2 plus 0, the answer is still 1/2. The given number 1/2 never changes. If you have given number 5 plus 0, so the answer is 5. Okay? So the identity property of multiplication is also the same with addition, wherein there is a given number A, and if you are going to multiply it by another number, that number that has been multiplied must be a number where if you are going to multiply it to the given number will remain unchanged. That's also complicated, but if you look at it, that's easy. Why? Because that number is always 1. Because if any number multiplied by 1, then that given number, for example, we have 20, multiply it by 1, 20 never changes. 20 is still the answer. For example, if you have 15, multiply it by 1. So, you will have an answer of 15. Or negative 4 over 7, if you are going to multiply it by 1, then the answer is negative 4 over 7. So that is the identity property under addition and multiplication. Next, inverse property. So inverse property under addition, so you are going to look for a number wherein if you are going to add it to a given number, the answer would be 0. Okay? Is that complicated? No, it's not. Because if all you need to do is you will just look for a number that if you are going to add it to a given number A, then the answer would be 0. So, you will have hint already in your mind of what you're going to add. For example, if you have a given number 2, so what you're going to add so that you can come up with an answer of 0? Yes, the opposite of 2, which is negative 2. So, 2 plus its opposite, which is negative 2, the answer is 0. And 3. If 3 is the given number, what number you are going to add so that you can come up with the number 0? Of course, its opposite, and that is negative 3. So, 3 plus negative 3, you will have 0. And lastly here, 17, the given number is 17. What number you are going to add so that you will have an answer of 0? So the opposite of that given number, which is negative 17. So 17 plus negative 17, then you will have an answer of 0. Okay? So that is the inverse property under addition. So let's go to the inverse property under multiplication. So the inverse property under multiplication, it says that if there is a given number A and multiply it by any number, or that number, if the given number will be multiplied by that number, the answer must be 1. So what number you are going to multiply? And that is the reciprocal of the given number. Example, if you have here 2 is the given number, you would look for any number that you can multiply, that the answer would be 1. So, in order for you to come up with the product of 1 or answer 1, you are going to multiply that given number 2 by its reciprocal, and that is 1 over 2. So 1 times or 2 times 1 over 2, that is 1. And the same here, the given number is 3. So what you're going to multiply by 3 which will give you an answer of 1? Okay, so So you are going to multiply 3 by its reciprocal, which is 1/3. Then the answer would be 1. So what about if you have the given number 17? So 17, you are going to multiply it by its reciprocal, which is 1/7. Then you will have an answer of 1. So that is the inverse property under addition and multiplication. So the next property that we're going the next property that we are going to discuss, the distributive property. The distributive property looks like this. All you need to do, you will just distribute A to B and distribute A to C. So you will have A times B plus, copy the operation indicated inside the parentheses. So you will have plus here A times C. So example, 2 times 3 plus 5. So all you need to do, you will just distribute 2 to 3. So you will have 2 times 3 and distribute 2 to 5. Then you will have 2 times 5. So 2 times 3 equals to 6. And 2 times 5, you will have 10. And 6 plus 10, you will have the answer of 16. So that is distributive property. So what you're going to do, you will just simply distribute from the word distribute. Next, the closure property of addition. So the closure property of addition, it says that the sum of any two real numbers is a real number. For example, if you have 2, which is a real number, 3 is a real number, the answer would be a real number, which is 5. So 7 is a real number also, 3.5 is a real number, so the answer would be a real number also, which is 10. So that is the closure property of addition. And closure property of multiplication, which also says that the product of any two real numbers is a real number. So which is 2 times 3, which 2 is a real number, 3 is a real number, which will give you an answer of 6, which is a real number also. So 7 times 1/2, 7 is a real number, 1/2 is a real number. So 7 times 1/2, you will have an answer of 3 and 1/2, which is a real number. So these are the properties of real number.
So we already know and discover all the properties of real numbers. So now it's your turn to do the following activities.